welcome back to the Beach Bum Bookworm. I am Tiffany. I'm so glad y'all found me again today. My channel is mostly about cozy mysteries, but I do read romance, so there's some of those videos thrown in from time to time. And I'm also going to have some non-cozy book-related videos from time to time, but those might be a little fewer and far between because I really just want to talk about books. All right, so today, this is one of my favorite videos to do. It is the February 2021 Cozy Mystery Releases. It's always fun to see what books are coming out. So not just that it's cozy mysteries, just I love talking about new books that are coming out because it just gives me something to look forward to. I'm also going to be doing the February Romance 2020 releases, 2021. Whoa. We don't want to go back. No. We're moving forward. Sorry. 2021 romance releases today. So you'll be seeing that soon. So remember to let me know in the comments below which of these you read, which of these you're excited about coming out, what other books you're excited about coming out. I'm always happy to hear about what you're really looking forward to reading. And anything else that you want to talk about talk about. Down there is the place to do it. Don't forget to stop and hit the subscription and the notification bell because that's going to tell you when I put out new videos each and every single week. All right, let's get to it. We are looking at the February 2021 Cozy Mystery releases in 3, 2, 1, go! The first book on our list today is the Victoria Square Mystery Series. The book is called Dead Man's Hand. It's going to be right here. It is book number 8 in this series. It's by Lorraine Bartlett. The main character is Katie Bonner. She is a young widow and an artisan co-op member. This says Katie's been dealt the dead man's hand. You don't know what that is, but it doesn't sound good. It's all fun and games when Katie Bonner and her friends play poker for chocolate-covered peanuts, but the very next day, Jamie Safford collapses and dies after visiting Katie's tea room on Victoria Square. Katie's business is on the line, and she needs to prove that Jamie wasn't poisoned at Tealicious. Oh my God, is that the name of her tea room? That is so amazing. I love it. Her first order of business is to locate the mysterious woman he was dining with, and her next step is to go undercover at a nearby poker club where Jamie won big just last week. It seems everyone there might have had a motive to rub Jamie out, and if they learn Katie's been lying, she might be next. Woo! All right. This series has been on my TBR for a long time, and it's just, my TBR is so big, and I made a commitment. I don't like to make too many reading goals because I'm a fly by the seat of my pants reader, mood reader, all of those things. And I don't want to put a bunch of goals on what is meant to be a fun experience because then it becomes more like a chore or work. And I don't want to make reading that way for me. But I am trying to catch up on some of the series I'm in the middle of because I noticed that when I was doing my Spotlight series, there are so many series. I'm like, yeah, I've read the first 2 or 3. It was great. And then I look and there's like 11 in the series. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I not caught up? It's because I'm always trying new series, which is fabulous. It's one of my favorite things to do, which is why I'm never caught up in other series. But I am going to get caught up in those series that I really, really like. That is one of my goals this year. So hopefully at some point I will get to Victoria Square during the year because it sounds really, really good. And I know a little bit about this series and I just think it sounds super, super entertaining. I like the idea. The next series on our list is the Catering Hall Mystery Series. It's by Maria DeRico. The book 2 is being released and it's called Long Island Iced Tina. That's a great title. Oh my gosh, the book is right here. I love it. The main character is Mia Karina. She is a manager and worker at Bellevue. Her father's catering hall in Astoria. It's a neighborhood in New York City. I can't get past the name because Bellevue, I always think of a hospital. That's just me. So this says, Mia's newly pregnant friend Nicole plans to hold a shower at Bellevue, but Nicole also has to attend one that her competitive and mysteriously rich stepmother Tina is throwing at the fanciest place in Queens. It's a good chance for Mia to snoop on a competitor, especially since doing a search for how to run a catering hall can only get you so far. Mia tags along at the lavish party, but the ambiance suffers at Nicole's Bellevue shower when a fight breaks out. And then, oddly, a long missing and valuable stolen painting is unwrapped by the mom-to-be. Tina is clearly shocked to see it, but not as shocked as Mia is when soon afterward, she spots the lifeless body of a party guest floating in the marina. Oh my gosh. It says Italian recipes included. I actually read the first book in this series, and I'm just being honest, everybody has their own personal preferences. I did not like the first one. I don't really remember exactly what it was specifically. It just wasn't for me, but it doesn't mean it's not for you. And I really mean that because we all like different things. And to be well-rounded, I think that we have to give people all the pieces of the puzzle, because I don't want to give just what I like, because you guys would sorely be missing out. Dun, dun, dun. I'm super excited about this. Amanda Flower has a new series starting. See, this is why I don't get caught up on my series, is because it's stuff like this. Amanda Flower, I know I've talked about her plenty of times on here, so if you've watched my other videos, you know I'm a huge, huge, huge fan of hers. Her Candy Shop series is one of my all-time favorite cozy mysteries. I love, love, love her. I love the way she writes. She, I think, is one of the best writers at creating a scene and making you feel like you're there, and character development. And she has a brand new series, like I said. It is going to be the Farm to Table series. Book number 1 is coming out. It's called Farm to Trouble. It's right here. The main character is going to be Shiloh Bellamy. She is returning to her family farm in Michigan. It says Shiloh Bellamy cashed in her big city job in 401k to return home to Michigan to save the family farm. But turning Bellamy Farms into a sustainable organic operation is no small feat, especially when her new investor is found dead at the farmer's market not long after the contract is signed, a contract that the whole town knows her father was wholeheartedly against. Oh no. Now Shiloh must clear her family's name and track down the real killer before her farm dreams wilt before her very eyes. Oh my gosh. I'm already contradicting myself, because I got to tell you, I know I said I was going to try to get caught up on the series I'm in the middle of, and I'm going to try, but I'm also going to read this book. I'm so excited about it. The next series I want to talk about is the Irish Village Mystery series. It's by Carleen O'Connor. The main character is Siobhan O'Sullivan. She is the owner of Naomi's Bistro with her 5 siblings in Kilbane, County Cork, Ireland. Book number 8 is being released. It's called Murder in the Irish Bookshop. It'll be right here. I hope I say everybody's name right. If I do not, and you know how to say it correctly, I encourage you to let me know in the comments below, because I do not want to be saying people's names wrong. So please let me know. Between training the Newtown Garda and trying to set up a wedding date with her fiancé, McDara Flannery, Siobhan O'Sullivan is feeling a bit overwhelmed. She's looking forward to visiting the new bookshop and curling up with an exciting novel, only to discover the shelves contain nothing but literature with a capital L. The owner not only refuses to talk stock romances, mysteries, and science fiction, but won't even let customers enter his store unless they can quote James Joyce. I don't want to hop too much off topic, but all I want to say is reading is reading. We should all read what we love. The point is to enjoy. And as long as we're reading, isn't that the point? Okay, back to it. Sorry. That's a soapbox I'm not going to get on. I think I just did, but I kind of just took a little step into it, and now I'm stepping back. All right, let's get back to it. So he won't let the customers enter his store until they can quote James Joyce. Unless they quote James Joyce, I'm sorry. Despite the owner deliberately limiting his clientele, he's hosting a reading and autographing event featuring up-and-coming Irish writers who will be taking up residency in Kilbane for a month. Among them is an indie author, Deidre Walsh, who spends more time complaining about the unfairness of the publishing industry and megastar bestsellers instead of her own creative works, causing a heated debate among the writers. She seems to have a particular distaste for the novels of Nessa Lamb. Then Deidre's body is found the next day in the back of the store, with pages torn from Nessa's books stuffed in her mouth. Now Simeon must uncover which of Kilbane's literary guests took Deidre's criticism so personally they'd engage in foul play. It sounds really, really intriguing. I love the synopsis. It's a series that, again, has been on my TBR. It sounds like a lot of fun. I like series that take place in other countries. It's just getting to it. The next series is the Deadly Mystery series. It's by Kate Parker. The main character is Olivia Dennis. She is a widow in the 1930s in London. Book 6 is called Deadly Darkness. It's going to be right here. It says July 1939. Newlywed Olivia Denson Redmond plans to spend a peaceful honeymoon in the country before war rips her soldier husband away. Oh no. But when she finds a dead body in the midst of a blackout, Olivia is drawn into the investigation. Since the police inspector isn't interested in clues pointing to espionage and blackmail, oh my gosh, this is getting good. Olivia must unlock the secrets hidden for years in the idyllic village and face the wrath of an unseen enemy. As danger stalks her, can Olivia expose a cunning killer before she becomes the next victim? Whew, that is book number 6, and it's one I'm going to have to look into. This series is during World War II, and I've always loved historical romances, but I said romances, and I do like historical romances, but just historical fiction. And I'm really into specifically like the World War II right now because I just read the first Poppy Redfern Woman of World War II mystery series, and now I'm all about them. So I'm going to have to check out that series. So the next series I want to talk about, I had never heard of, but it sounds so entertaining. It is the Maisy Albright Star Detective Mystery Series by Larissa Reinhart. The main character is Maisy Albright. It says she is an ex-teen and reality star. Book number 7 is coming out. It's called 18 and a Half Disguises. It's right here. The synopsis says, has Maisy's investigation into an old friend's murder placed her new friend in jeopardy? For fans of romantic comedy mysteries like Stephanie Bond's Body Movers and Meg Cabot's Size 12 series, I like that series, the 7th book in the Wall Street Journal best-selling Maisy Albright Star Detective series is for you. I just think it sounds like a lot of fun. I don't know if she's an ex-reality star. It says ex-teen and reality star. I'm not sure if they're saying she's an ex-teen and ex-reality star, but whichever way, it just sounds like it's a lot of fun. The next series I have such mixed feelings about. I think I've talked about this series several times. It is the Hannah Swenson series by Joanne Fluke. So let me just tell you that this is the first cozy mystery series I ever read, and the reason that I love cozy mysteries as much as I do. The series has progressed. We're now on book 27. It was on my probably all-time favorite series list for a very long time. I loved probably the first, 15, 18, something like that. It's somewhere in the high teens. A switch was flipped, and now it's very hit or miss. It sometimes feels like the books are so disjointed that they're not even being written by Joanne Fluke. I'm not really sure if that's the case. I'm not trying to start any rumors. I do not know that has ever been said. It's just what I'm saying is some of the books are such hit and miss, and even the writing is so different from time to time that I question it. And I think the dialogue is what gets me more than anything. Sometimes the dialogue is, it's so juvenile, it's frustrating, it's almost an insult. And then other times it's back to the writing style and the reason that I love Joanne Fluke so much. So I have high hopes for this one. I don't want to say too much more because it's a new book and I don't want to judge it based on anything except I do love Hannah Swenson, okay? So I'm going in with my fingers crossed. It's book 27. It is the Triple Chocolate Cheesecake Murder, like the title. The book is right here. The main character, of course, is Hannah Swenson. She is the owner of the cookie jar. So It is spring in Lake Eden. It says Hannah's up to her ears with Easter orders rushing in at the cookie jar, plus a festive meal to prepare for a dinner party at her mother's penthouse. But everything comes to a crashing halt when Hannah receives a panic call from her sister Andrea. Mayor Richard Bascom has been murdered and Amanda is the prime suspect? Ooh, I did not see that coming. Wow. Even with his reputation for being a bully, Mayor Bascom, or Ricky Ticky, as Hannah's mother likes to call him, has been unusually testy in the days leading up to his death, leaving Hannah to wonder if he knew he was in danger. Meanwhile, folks with a motive for Merrill murder are popping up in Lake Eden. Was it a colleague, a political rival, a jealous wife, or a scorned mistress? As orders pile up at the cookie jar and the children line up for Easter egg hunts, Hannah must spring into investigation mode and identify the real killer before another murder happens. And as always, there's going to be a ton of recipes in this book as well. I have my fingers crossed it'll be great. I'm such a Hannah loyalist. I will be there until the end. So the next series is the Death by Chocolate Mystery Series by Sarah Graves. Book 4 is coming out. It's called Death by Chocolate Snickerdoodle. Yum. That's right here. The main character is Jacobia Jake Triptree. She owns a bakery specializing in chocolate, and I'm really surprised that they only list Jake and not Ellie, because I feel like Ellie's just as much as the main character, but that's just me. So this book says Jake Triptree and Ella White are fired up for Eastport, Maine's meat baking contest. But when a cunning killer and a devastating fire threaten to ravish the quaint island town, Jake and Ellie must dip into another homemade homicide investigation before all they love goes up in smoke. Oh my gosh. So I have actually read the first 2 in this series. I wanted to love it because I love culinary cozies. And I can't even tell you why I didn't, except that it just didn't hit the spot for me. I tried a second in the series because I thought maybe it's just the first one. You know, a lot of times authors are just getting into the groove. And it still didn't hit the mark for me. I hope you love it. I hope you check out book number 4. That is just my silly opinion. The next series is one that I'm really excited a new book is coming out in. Although, again, I'm not caught up because I go off on, ooh, look, Amanda Flowers put out a new book. Ooh, look. But I am going to get caught up so I can read the 9th book in this series. Is the Maine Clam Bake series by Barbara Ross. I love this series. The main character is Julia Snowden. She owns a clam bake business in Maine. The book is going to be called Shucked Apart. It's going to be right here. It says, when Andy is robbed of 2 buckets of oyster seed worth $35,000, she wonders if somebody's trying to muscle her out of business. Well, I would think so. Could it be a rival oyster farmer, a steamed former employee? Nice. Or a snooty summer resident who objects to her unsightly oyster cages floating on the beautiful river. There's also a lobsterman who worries the farm's expanding lease will encroach on his territory, and Andy's ex-partner, who may come to regret their split. Before Julia can make such headway in the investigation, Andy turns up dead, stabbed by a shucking knife. Now it's up to Julia to set a trap for a cold and clammy killer. Like I said, I got to get caught up on this series. I can't recommend it enough. It's such a fun series, and the location is amazing. So the next series I want to talk about, and the last series, so thank you for hanging out with me to the very end, is the Doyle Mystery Series by Kirsten Weiss. The main character is Susan Whitson. She is the owner of a UFO-themed bed and breakfast. Book number 4 is being released. It's called War of the Squirrels. It's right here. I have not read any of the books in this series. I don't tend to get too much into sci-fi and fantasy stuff, but I did do a video about diversifying my reading, and I'm really going to make an attempt to kind of branch out a little bit, and I've kind of created this little game for myself, and so maybe this series will fit into one of those categories. You never know. So it says, all Susan wants is to get through this visit from her controlling parents without tumbling down a black hole of despair. Oh, Susan. But galactic forces are colliding at her whimsical B&B Wits End. Oh, I like that name. And her parents have plans of their own. When two men die on the same day, both a mysterious deaths and are tied to her mom and dad. And meanwhile, a squirrel fight is riling up the tiny mountain town of Doyle. And Susan realizes she's the only person who can stop the madness. And if this B&B owner can't put these crimes to rest fast, her carefully organized life may come crashing into earth. Oh my gosh, there's a lot going on there. All right, guys, that is the cozy mysteries that are being released in February 2021. I wish there were more. I love when there's a big month of books. I hope you enjoyed this. And until next time, may all your future reads be 5 stars. Bye.